and talk to you about it. How did you prepare for the role, though?
I had about a year and a half before we started shooting. And so I spent that time, it feels like climbing Mount Everest. It's just so mammoth of a task. So for me, I just had to take it one step at a time, and it started with absorbing everything. I watched every bit of footage that's out there. I listened to every interview of his throughout his entire career, and read every book that was written on his life, and
Wow.
and then I started to break it up into pieces. So it was figuring out how his voice changed over the years, and obsessing about that. It became this 2-year obsession where I put the rest of my life on pause, and I went through every bit of his being like that, you know, from his spiritual evolution to the way that he moved and how that changed over the years. And every day I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to go this way and I'm going to get the part, and then I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to get it, and I got to rest in the fact that I got 5 months with one of my favorite filmmakers to get to explore. Eventually, so I accepted both those options, and then I got the call from Baz, and it was excitement and exhilaration followed immediately by, I got to get to work.
Time to turn up, yeah.
Because this is the responsibility is such a weight that for 2 years, I woke up every day around 3 or 4 in the morning with my heart pounding, and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I just got to work at that time.
Oh, you
nailed it. Yeah, absolutely nailed it.
And what was it like when you finally got on set? So that clip that we've just seen there, when you're on stage, and literally the kids in the audience go from just watching and wondering who you are to literally girls are throwing themselves at you. And that one girl that we see, she kind of sums it up perfectly, the effect that he had on audiences, women and men. But what was it like for you getting on stage and performing in front of that many people? I know you're an actor and you've done theatre, but being a musician and a singer and someone that plays guitar and dances like that.
Yeah, I was really nervous for those performances because it's something I'd never done before. And I spoke to Rami Malek beforehand, and
he told me, he said,
you know, I believe those days will probably be the most fun days you have. And it turned out to be exactly that. The first performance we filmed was 68 Special. And so I'm walking out in the black leather, and I was so nervous beforehand. Because you do a year and a half of dedicating every day to this, and suddenly here's the moment of truth where I got to walk out there in front of everybody, and it felt like my career was on the line, like this job, like everything. It felt like everything was on the line in this moment. And I had this moment alone before I walked out there, and I really just rested in the fact that it was a make-or-break moment in Elvis's life. This special was, his career was on the line. And so it wasn't a bad thing I was experiencing that fear, and I knew that he was feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
So then I could just take that energy and go out there and do what he did, which was build a rapport with the audience and affect. And when you see one of the audience members start to blush, and you see another girl smile and get giddy, and that experience is unlike anything I'd ever felt before, and it was really an out-of-body experience that day, and from that moment then I knew, okay, these performances are going to be okay.
Yeah.